Jesus' Easter greeting of peace settles into the hearts of the disciples only gradually. As Jesus greets them, fear takes hold of them, but only gradually does that offer, that gift of peace, calm their restless hearts and prepare them for what he would still teach them, to prepare to send them out as witnesses. And I always love during these first days of Easter this image of the disciples still kind of paralyzed and struck with fear, even as the joy of the presence of their Master and Lord was transforming them, compared with what we see in the Acts of the Apostles, especially in these first days of Easter, because we're right here in the beginning of the Acts of the Apostles, really in the first couple of chapters, right on the heels of Pentecost. Peter, completely different. One would never know that we're speaking of the same person in Peter's confidence and boldness in proclaiming the risen Lord, compared to Peter there in the upper room, or there at the shore of the Sea of Tiberias, and certainly compared to Peter throughout the Gospels during Jesus' public ministry with his impetuousness and his constantly getting the answers wrong and being chastised, "Get behind me, Satan," his denials of the Lord during the Passion. And on all of this, I think we see this movement, this gradual movement that culminates in the Acts of the Apostles. Here is a sense of what the peace of the Lord does to our hearts. When we really allow the Lord to enter in, really aware of the Lord's presence with us, what can happen in our hearts and how we can become something other than ourselves. And it's not a matter of overconfidence or overzealousness that we somehow think too much of ourselves, because Peter also knows, in what we hear in the Acts of the Apostles today, who he is and how it is that words come forth from his heart, that mighty deeds are performed by his hands. That this is all about the presence of the risen Lord and less about Peter's own abilities or Peter's presence. This is what that true sense of Easter peace is. The peace of the Lord with us is not only the confidence and the boldness as disciples, but it's the awareness of how it is that we become disciples. We recognize our own unworthiness as the Lord works in and through us and makes us instruments. That we reflect not ourselves, but the grace of the Lord with us. May we keep that ever in mind, especially during these first days of Easter, that peace of Easter would keep us rooted in a sense of joy and confidence in the gospel.